Hi.
It's happening? Yeah. Hey everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to our very first Yellow Evenings with Yellow. We are here with our very special guests tonight, Promise Tangeman and Meg Long from Go Live HQ.
How's it going? Excited to be here.
So we'll start with introducing ourselves. My name's Joanna Waterfall.
I'm Catherine Hall.
Cool. Ladies.
Oh, and I'm Promise. And I'm Meg.
And you are from?
Oh, from Go Live HQ.
Yes, Go Live HQ from California.
Yes, we are about an hour outside Los Angeles.
Awesome, awesome. Cool. Well, we're here tonight just to talk to you girls and to get some good advice about how to kill it online and ask you guys what you do best and yeah, just pick your brains a little bit. So we're really excited to get started here.
Fun.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. So for our viewers out there, you guys stay tuned till the end of this talk because we will be having a little treat for our viewers at the end here from the girls that Go Live. So stay tuned till the end for that. And we'll also be doing a Q&A at the end.
So I'm trying to see the screen, and basically we want to make sure we get your questions. If you click on the top of your video, should say Q&A, or if your video is already blown up a little bigger, there should be at the top of the screen a little box of a bunch of squares, and if you click on that, it says Q&A, and then you put your questions in there, and then I'm going to gather them, and then at the end, we'll go through all your questions.
Yay, perfect.
Okay, so if Promise and Meg are talking about something and you have a question throughout, just type your question in, and then we'll have them answer them for you at the end. Woo. Yay! All right, well, we're ready to get started here?
Let's get started.
Okay, cheers.
Our drinks.
All right, cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
To a wonderful
First, you have to drink after you.
Cheers, yeah.
Yeah, so if you ladies could just talk to us a little about what you do at Go Live.
Awesome. We do visual identity and web design for creative entrepreneurs. We love working with a lot of women naturally doing really crazy, fun, innovative things, and it's really cool to see what all their business entails and helping them really launch what they love to do in short. And we have a few ways in which we do that. We offer web design templates that people can purchase and kind of DIY on their own to build their website. And then we also have some different services. We do a workshop where we help people design, build, and launch their website in 2 days.
It's so fun.
And that's
just did
really
one.
fun. Yes, that's super fun. And we love that because we like demystifying the whole complicated web design process, and we like to make it fun. And so we kind of basically throw a party and
we drink margaritas.
Turn the music up, and it's really, you're sitting in your chair, you're designing, we're helping you, and we have a ton of fun doing that.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And then we have a couple other services that we do.
Yeah, so we also do, pretty much all our services are geared towards going live with your website fast. So it's supposed to be fast, fun, not painful. So our other services are, we do a one-day design, so that's where you actually come to us, and Promise and I will do a one-day design. We just kind of knock it out in 1 day. It's really fun. And then we also do a week-long online experience where you work with one of our designers on our team to build your website over the course of a week. So
we love launching fast.
Yeah, we're all about like not having it drag on. We hate hearing when people are doing a website and it's like, oh my gosh, I've been doing it for a year.
It literally takes a year. Like, we've heard stories. It took a year to launch my website, and at the end, when we launched it, we didn't even like it anymore.
Exactly.
So that breaks our heart.
Yeah, we're all about like building small businesses. So the faster you get your website up, the faster you can actually like be doing the thing that you love to do and building your business.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yes, and it's so true. Building a website can be such a hassle, and I love how you have that get it done, put a few days away to really concentrate and work hard on it, and then you have it, and it looks amazing. So
yeah.
That's so cool. So tell us a little bit about your clients. What kind of people are you working with? What do they do? Tell us about the people you work with.
Yeah. So typically they're small business owners. We work with a lot of women, although we work with the dudes too. We're not only women. But yeah, usually it's people who are doing something that they, usually like a passion of theirs. So we work with a lot of artists, a lot of creative entrepreneurs, fashion bloggers,
makeup artists,
makeup artists, photographers, kind of those, all types of cool stuff. So it's a lot of times people who are really excited about what they're doing and they want a partner who can kind of like support their passions and get really on board with what they're doing, and like the kind of people who don't want to just like let's talk about color and the difference between lavender and purple with color psychology for 2 years. Like we're all about like, you know, the kind of people who are like, yeah, like let's like knock this out. So yeah, we work with.
And also a really big value to us, especially as a small business in 2015, it's a really big deal for us, for our clients to be able to update the website on their own.
Yes.
Because we've seen, especially how fast everything's moving, like, who's that back there?
Oh, this is Pickles.
Pickles!
And I was like, he's not in the frame. It looks like I'm just...
She's not happy right now. She likes to be
So
happy.
cute.
Here we go.
Independent woman. Like,
She's gonna
So it's really important in all of our processes. We actually teach our clients to be able to update the website on their own, so they don't need anybody. And that's really important because, you know, a website is a work in progress, and especially as a girl boss and as the boss of your own company, you need to be able to update that website.
Yeah, I think that's something that's really scary to a lot of our clients. Like when they're starting the web design processes, they're like, this is like my one chance to get the perfect website live, and it has to be perfect because I'm never going to touch it again. And we really feel like businesses are always in flux, and therefore your website's always in flux, and it should be, because it should always be reflecting what you're doing, what you're passionate about, and what your people, what your clients are passionate about.
Yep.
So we want you guys to be able to actually own your business and your brand and not be constantly reliant on having to hire a designer every time you want to like change a button. Yeah.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Amen.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And then, you know, these business owners can feel like they can really take ownership of their website and feel like they have control over this thing.
Exactly.
That's
Back to the
Yes, 100%.
So what do you find are some of your clients' biggest struggles? They're entrepreneurs, a lot of them are females. What do they struggle with the most?
I mean, I think one of them is what we just talked about, like this struggle for wanting to make it perfect, and as a result, like never actually launching, and kind of almost like a fear to actually get something out there. So, you know, one of the things we talk about a lot is that we're all about just like getting it up, like get your website launched, get something out there, because the sooner you do that, it's way less intimidating to edit something that's there already than to like try and make this perfect artifact. So that's definitely one of the things.
And I think knowing like where to start, like what Meg was saying, a lot of people feel like they need all their ducks in a row, and like everything needs to be perfect, and it really doesn't. As you're starting something, like you're gonna have to like ebb and flow and feel like, who is your target market? Is it really who you thought it was? Are you attracting that ideal target market? And then you know, it's all like a trial and error. So even if you do try to make it perfect and it takes you a year to launch, you're gonna still go through the very same things as if you launched it tomorrow. You're gonna have to figure out like, what am I doing and how does it work, and am I in my sweet spot? And you know, that takes time, and it takes practice, and it takes refining. I think refining is, I mean, even a word for our business too. Like every few months we're continuing to refine and figure out how to reach our target market better, what services service them better, how we can help them online. There's all different types of things. So I feel like people are afraid to start because they want to have it be perfect and they don't know how to make it perfect. So we're just like, throw the perfect idea out the window and just launch. Like, I mean, we want it to look good. Your website, your presence, the whole thing needs to look good, but within reason. Like, you have a beautiful web design because it needs to bring you customers, but you shouldn't be so focused on the web design that you're now a web designer.
Yep.
You know, you need to focus on your business.
And we've worked with a lot of people who will come and they'll work with us. Like maybe they'll come to the workshop that we do, and they are just starting a business, or they'll buy like a template or something that we do, and they're just DIY it. And you know, like they'll use that for a couple years or something, and then they'll come back. And we've had a couple people who've come back for other services, and they say, you know, I've been doing this for 2 years, and now I know like exactly where I need to be. And that's totally normal. Like everybody goes through that. So I think it's important to realize that that's just normal and to accept that. And it's not like, you know, it's not like you're making this logo that's gonna like has to last you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah, that's true. I always say to myself, done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, as much as, you know, the internet allows us to see what other people are doing, there's so much out there that even if, you know, people aren't going to be thinking about your website all day long. They might look at it, be like, awesome, that's amazing. Okay, maybe I should move on to the next step and hire this girl. But if there's something on your website that you're not in love with, they're not going to be thinking about it forever. And the point is,
like, yeah, it's totally the same thing we do all the time. Like, it's like if you go out in public and you're like, oh my gosh, my lipstick is not exactly the right shade or it's a little smudged. It's like you're noticing that, but no one else is noticing that. And that's a lot of the time with web design. It's like people are waiting to get like the perfect something or other, you know, like to get this widget to work in their sidebar before they launch. And it's like no one's going to know, you know, that was supposed to be there. You know, it's just better to get it out there.
But I do have to say, sometimes if you have lipstick all over your face, you're like, why didn't my friend tell me that I had lipstick all over my face?
Yeah, within reason.
So, at least he's in the right vicinity. Just in this area right here. Anything out here, you know, you need it. You just need to tell your friend.
yeah, that's probably good to do.
It's like happening here.
This is great.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Even as like a consumer, like I know that if I can't find your website and even at least have some info on it, then you've lost me, you know? So it is more important to just have it up.
Yep.
Have something, yeah.
And people can know if they're coming to you, it's going to look good no matter what. So
That's already.
it's good. So you find that a lot of these people who you're working with struggle with making it perfect before. It sounds like that's coming out of a place of a lot of fear and insecurity. So what do you guys do to help them come out of that? Like, how do you try to convince your clients and the people who you're working with to not be afraid and to, even if they don't feel like it's absolute 100% perfection yet, to launch it and press that button? Because I know with your workshops you have 2 days, and if you're not in, you know, you need to press that button and press go live. So how do you guys help those women or those men, whoever, who are dealing with those feelings of insecurity?
I just experienced this at our last workshop, actually. So we were working with one of our workshop attendees, and she was really agonizing over the colors that she wanted to use for her brand. And so we were kind of going back and forth on some different like shades of pink and different things we were talking about. And I could tell she was getting really anxious about the decision, and like that, we totally don't want that. Like we never want people to feel like freaked out over this process, you know, and it happens so easily because there's so many choices and so many, it feels like there's so many decisions and steps to getting your website live that any one of those steps can become like really overwhelming.
Paralyzing.
Totally, yeah, paralyzing. And so what I told her is, you know, at the end of the day, the color is like just not important. You know, like it's important, but it's not the most important thing. And I think just reminding business owners that the most important thing is the thing that they love to do and the thing that they're passionate about and the reason they're launching their business in the first place. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, this girl in particular is a photographer. She has gorgeous images. She, you know, has a great business philosophy. Her clients love her. And at the end of the day, like, that's the most important thing. The website is just supporting that. Yes. So I think like you can get freaked out about like these smaller decisions, but I think just remembering and putting them in the context of that these things are just supporting the thing that you actually are really good at and the thing that you're an expert at and that you know, which is your business.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
So going off of that and working with these clients, how do you ladies constantly stay inspired to create great work for your clients? Where do you get your inspiration?
Yeah, that's fun. Well, I mean, I think because we get to work with such a variety of different disciplines and different businesses and stuff, I think thinking critically about how we can make what they love to do come to life is just naturally inspiring. And at our workshops in particular, we're launching 15 websites in 2 days, and they do homework before they come. So we have an idea of who they are before they come, but there's a lot of ideas and looks and feels and just aesthetics that we have to kind of vibe off of and make decisions really quickly. And it's actually a really great, we've learned that it's like a really great challenge for us to learn to make decisions from our gut. Like, we're looking at something and we see this and see that, and just like we go with it, and to be able to make those kind of quick decisions on the fly that are unique to each person is such a great challenge and a great study for us. And so I feel like that is inspiring for us overall, just learning how to trust our gut and trust what we're really good at. And it's interesting because I don't know how it happens, but we work with the same template designs. All of our workshop people start with the same design. And that's so unique at the end, and I don't know how it happened. Like, we've done, like, literally, we've had over 100 workshop attendees come through, and I've seen the same design so many times, but it's unique with each person. And I'm like, after they leave, we do one-on-one sessions and everything. After they leave, I'm like, wow, I have no idea where that idea just came from, but I'm so thankful because their website looks beautiful and it's so unique to them. So I think that's a really fun challenge for us.
Yeah, totally. We actually had one of our photographers that came that shot our headshots at our last workshop that told us that that was a really fun challenge for her to actually like come to this event and shoot headshots for everybody that was there and find like the unique places in the location that we were in to do the headshots in a way that was like honoring to their brand and their vibe.
But it was in one location.
It was in one location.
15 people, and they all look so different.
Yeah.
And so we're like, that's exactly the way we feel when we design a website in 2 days.
Yeah.
That person.
So I think definitely those kinds of limitations. I mean, that's kind of a classic thing, right? Like, creative limitations can be really helpful for the process,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's hugely helpful. And also part of that is working with other people. Like,
yes.
I think when you're sitting in front of your computer for like 24 hours a day like we do, it can just get really stale, and it's so much easier. I mean, I know when I started doing these workshops, like having the other designers there that I could just, like our other designer Liz, I could just turn to Liz and be like, Liz, I don't know, like, what's going on with these fonts? And she would be like, oh my gosh, let's just do da 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 da. And I'm like, of course, like sometimes you just need to bounce your ideas off someone else, and it can really help you a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so true. We can get so inside our heads and like, oh my gosh, there is no solution whatsoever to this thing that we can figure out.
And so I feel like thinking like when you have that moment where you just can't make a decision, like if I only had like 5 minutes to make a decision, what is it? If you had to decide now, what is it going to be?
Yeah, right.
Do it. Decide right now.
And it's amazing how well that works. I remember, the first time I started working with Promise and she said that to me, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. And I do that for a living. But it's like, you can totally. Like, if you follow your instincts, I mean, you know what you like. You know what works. I think that can be really powerful to just kind of make a decision and go with it.
Yeah, and I think that's a great, I mean, it's so simple, but I think it's a great reminder for in any aspect of your business, and no matter where you're at in making a decision, like, if you had to make a decision right now, what would it be? Mm-hmm. And I remember my mom always used to say it to me, and so I was kind of used to like, okay, this is what's going to be, this is what's going to be. But it really helps. It really helps to get it going, at least to get it moving.
Yeah. I think that actually goes to I think one of the other things that helps a lot with creative inspiration is doing stuff that's totally outside of what you normally do. So if you're a designer, do something non-design. I mean, that's like really obvious, but like for me, one of my big challenges in general with like life is that I overthink everything, and I'm like super analyzing and like get in my own head. So I started, so I started doing ballroom dance because, it was mainly because I wanted to learn how to dance. But a bonus was that you have to, I don't know if anyone out there has done ballroom dance or any kind of partner dance, but you have to like, if you're following, the leader is basically like just making all the decisions, and you're kind of sensing what they're doing and following them, and it forces you to be really in the moment. And that was so helpful to my creative process, to just kind of like stop thinking and just like, like what Promise was just saying, like be kind of instinctual and just make a decision and go with it and not overthink. So I think finding things that that can kind of get you out of your normal pattern and just get your brain thinking in a different way, I think that can really help.
Good.
That's awesome.
So cool. I like
Yeah.
the ballroom connection.
Yeah.
They made me take that in 6th grade. I need to try it.
I've also heard of people taking improv classes to kind of
Same
I've
thing.
heard of leaders, yeah, taking their teams to go do an improv class to kind of get outside of their comfort zone and to start thinking off the top of their head. And when you're doing that sort of thing, you really do have to go with your gut because you don't really have time to do anything else. So oftentimes, yeah, I always say too, go with your gut because I think a lot of times we know the right answer.
True. Yep.
If we want to go with it or not is the hard part.
Yes.
But yeah, true for any business, whether you're a designer, photographer, entrepreneur of any kind. Getting second opinions, going with your gut, stepping outside your comfort zone is so good. So figuring out ways to do that is awesome.
Yeah.
So I love your guys' blog. Your new blog with all your new content is so awesome. And one of the things I really loved, which I'm a believer in as well, is Meg, your post about why you shouldn't care about SEO, which is kind of a controversial topic. I know some people's radar warning might go off when they hear that title, but can you tell us a little bit about what you wrote about in that post and what your thoughts are behind that?
Yeah. So we've been noticing, I'm sure everybody in the world is kind of noticing all the craze about SEO right now, like with all the Google mobile stuff coming out. It's kind of been like a hot topic. And I think we want people to feel empowered with their business. So I think we want to talk about whatever we can to get people feeling like they're educated and like they know the right decisions they need to make for their business. So I think that's kind of why we wanted to talk about SEO on the blog. But we really believe that personal engagement with your tribe, with your audience, is so powerful to grow your business. We definitely feel like SEO plays a huge role in any growing business. Like, it's not that you should totally ignore it or just like that it's bad. But we feel like there's so many powerful ways to grow your business that don't involve getting on page 1 of Google like your #1 priority. Like, there's a lot of other things you can be doing that are hugely influential and good for your business.
Well, and I think a lot of people, like, we've gotten a lot of emails about it. We're in a lot of Facebook groups that are talking about that's their #1 fear. It seems like almost a sense of panic.
Yeah.
Like, why I'm doing everything right? Why aren't I #1 on Google?
Yeah.
Why, when you type in like, like photographer, why don't I show up? And to think that that's the measurement for the success for your business is just, I feel like that's just totally off.
Yeah,
and
you are better than that. You are better than your page results.
Right, and I think maybe I feel that way because as a company, we're a result of, we've been a successful business. I've had my business since 2009, and we've never put any kind of intentional effort into SEO. We just let it happen naturally, and so I feel like I'm passionate about people not being overly worried about their status on Google. It just, to me, anyone, we've had people that, we have a thing on our forum that says, how did you find out about us? So when people inquire, they write in, how did you find out about us? And they tell us. We've gotten to several people that say Google, but they never turn out to be like an ideal client for us. And, they always just, this is just in my experience, they just want a deal. They don't know who we are. They don't care about who we are. And, it's kind of shallow. It just kind of ends there. Whereas people that find out about us because they've worked with one of our clients, or they know us from social media, or they know us from online, they already trust us and they already like us. And so there's a lot less convincing, and there's a shorter conversion time.
Yes.
That we just, we talk to them a few details and they're sold, and we're already on the same page. Where sometimes I feel like just people that come in from Google are just,
they don't know who
totally
you are.
a wild card, and they don't know who we are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So.
I experienced this. I wrote this in the last SEO article, but I just experienced this a couple weeks ago because my husband and I have moved into our apartment. We got married I should know, about 3 years ago. 4 years ago almost now, and we had this dream, this artsy hipster dream of collecting original art. We would hang that around our apartment. So we bought all these IKEA frames with the intention of hanging this original art, and literally 3.5 years later, those frames were just leaning against walls all over our apartment. It was really depressing.
There's no art in there?
Yeah, no art in them, sorry. empty frames. which we would often have people comment on. And then last October, we actually hung the frames on the wall, which was a step forward, but totally empty still. So that's how they've been until a couple weeks ago. I was on Instagram, like, just perusing before bed. And I didn't say, by the way, I've looked for art. It's not for lack of looking. Like, we've looked on Etsy and all kinds of places. We just never really felt, like, connected to anything enough to buy it. Like, art is kind of a personal thing. So anyway, I was on Instagram, and a friend of mine from design school had posted that a friend of hers had given her this little piece of artwork, a little painting that she had done for her. And I really loved it, and immediately found the girl on Instagram and then found her Etsy page. And within a half an hour, I bought this piece of art for myself and sent her like a fangirly email, like, oh my gosh, I just love your art, I'm so glad I found you, blah, blah, blah. And then I've like told a bunch of people about her. And it's like, I literally been looking for art for years, but just from one personal connection on Instagram, I found this girl, and now I'm like a total fan, so.
Mm-hmm. And we would much rather run our business that way than stressing out over being #1 on Google.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the heart behind those articles came. And we have one left to go.
Yes, there's one more that will be posted
There's one
soon,
more that's going to be posted this week. So it is a controversial topic, and it's not that we're against SEO because we have. I mean, it's a successful tool. It's just we don't believe in getting overly stressed out, where you're at the point of you're like pulling all your hair out.
Yeah,
for it.
It's not the only tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true. And I think today with social media, it's so that can be such a powerful marketing tool that people can find you through that almost just as easily as they could find you on Google. I mean, depending on where they're looking. But yeah, I totally am on the same page as you guys. It's important, but you're gonna get the right customers, the right clients with that personal connection from people. And I know even for myself, when I type something random into Google, it's usually I'm just trying to find something quick. I'm not really wanting to find something to invest a lot of time and energy into.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. When you really care, like you ask your friends for recommendations.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, almost all of the brands that I'm in love with I got them because like Promise told me about them, or Liz, our colleague, told me about them, or it's like that's how I find the people I really follow and admire and love, and I think that's the fun.
Because you trust a friend so much more than you trust a random Google.
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah, people pay to be at the top.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so tell us a little bit about, you guys are running this business, you work with a lot of different people. What's one of the most difficult things about doing what you do? What's your biggest struggle?
We thought about this a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of a hard one.
It's like one of those interview questions, like, what's your biggest struggle?
Yeah.
Like, what are you worst at?
I'm
I'm just such a perfectionist.
We're
so great.
We're worse at a lot of things, let me tell you.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is challenging as a web designer and a business that makes a living online is that the internet is always changing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing that is, can be fairly frustrating at times when you're like, I just want to find a rhythm that we can do and keep up with, but things are always changing. Like, like Snapchat is the new thing, and I don't even have a Snapchat. I need to have a Snapchat. Do you have a Snapchat?
We do have a Snapchat.
We told you.
I have a Snapchat. I'm like
She has a Snapchat.
cool, you guys.
I do not have a Snapchat. If you have a Snapchat, maybe put it in the comments somewhere, right? So we can.
Yeah, I lead a high school girls small group, and I had to have them like give me a tutorial on how to use Snapchat.
You're
So
really old.
I have no idea how to do this. Yeah.
I only use it to send like gross photos of myself to my girlfriends. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, good morning. Like that's literally all I use it for.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect, so that's why it's fun, It's not like. But we just started one, yellow.co.
Yellow.co.
Oh, hey.
All right.
So I think that's challenging. And
Yeah.
I also think I love ideas. And so I have so many ideas and just not enough time to do them all.
It's so true.
And so I feel like we get going, we're like, ooh, and we can be staying up all night, like talking about ideas, and you can't do all the ideas.
Yeah. It's really funny because like we could sit and just come up with ideas for the business like all day long and then just be like, All right,
Cool.
great.
That'll be an awesome
Good
idea.
Luckily, there's been a couple times though where so one of our creative manager Ash is like one of those amazing people that like is super creative and has ideas, but then also is like, all right, let's decide what the next step is. And so there's been times where we're coming up with ideas, and then we're like, okay, now what do we do? And she's like, I'll make a spreadsheet. I'm like, yay! Yeah, it's like there's literally not. It's a classic problem, but there's not enough hours in the day to do all the things we want to do.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because like you got to narrow down and focus on what you're good at, and focus on what you really want to focus on, which is a good thing.
And sometimes I think it would hurt us if we had too many.
Yes.
If we had too many things going, it can hurt you.
True.
So I follow some people, and I'm like,
what do you do?
I think they're doing too many things.
Yeah.
Quality, not quantity.
Yes.
Because sometimes if you're doing too many things, then I feel like you kind of lose respect. People lose respect for you because they don't see the main thing you do, whatever it is, as the main thing anymore. And you're like, well, I really thought they were this, but maybe they're not this. So it just kind of gets confusing.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to choose a direction and go for it, but I think it's kind of like what you guys were talking about with the websites. It's like, just do it and go for it, and this is not, your entire, this does not define you as a human being. Just go for it and, stick to something and try it out for a little while. So.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
So what about the most rewarding part? What's the most rewarding part about what you guys do?
This is like such the easiest answer.
Yeah.
We love small business. That's just something that's really consistent with our whole team. We're just really, really into helping small businesses grow and the potential for small business success to like push a community and a family forward and to like help an individual. So like the by far most rewarding part of the job is when we hear from one of our clients like after launching their website a few months later and coming back and saying like, oh my gosh, you guys, like after launching my website, my business tripled or my inquiries doubled or, like I was able to quit my day job that I hate and do this full time. Like that is just like, I mean, we all like throw a little party when that happens.
Because we love making beautiful websites for people, and then, obviously we love that they have confidence in it, but it's more of a reward for us when it can actually like change their life.
Yes.
I mean, ultimately, and then, then they're changing the lives of their clients, and then it just trickles down, and so it's really rewarding when people can actually quit their day job and do what they love and support their family.
Yeah. Yeah, business is really powerful, and I think a lot of the people that we work with are people that are doing things that they're passionate about. So if we're able to help them in some small way to continue to do the thing they're passionate about or do it more or, whatever, get better at it, that's like, I mean, that's the ultimate thing. And I mean, like when you're helping someone grow a business, you are also maybe helping them like support their family and, single mom, like support the kid or, like give back in their community or something. So it's, it's awesome.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Yay. We have margaritas.
Amazing.
Cheers to you guys.
Say website.
Yeah.
That's awesome, guys, and that's part of the reason why we love you so much, because you guys are equipping and helping business owners follow their passions and do what they were made to do. So we love that. It's awesome. So
thank you.
You guys too. We have a few questions.
First of all, I hope everyone wasn't distracted by me looking down. I'm looking at everyone's really awesome questions.
Oh, awesome.
I mean, it's good. We have a lot.
It's good. It's good.
So, but we'll start out with, how did you grow your social media followings when you first started out?
That's a great question. And that would be naturally, growing social media followings naturally. And I mean, in the simplest form, post stuff that you would want to see posted. I mean, that's the main thing for me is I want to post what I would like to see in different feeds, and also people want to follow things that are helpful to them.
Yes.
And I think that's the ultimate rule to live by, I guess, when you're doing social media is they don't care about you. They really don't. They don't care about how cool you are, how many great things you've done, how many, awards you've gotten or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you can create value for them in some way, that's really, really helpful to them, and that'll keep them coming back, and that'll keep them referring their friends, and even like on Instagram, like tagging their friends in it. Like even when we posted that we were going to be on the show with you guys today, people were tagging their friends. Oh, you got to know about this Yellow conference. You got to know about these people, and that's really is just creating the content that people care about. So.
And bonus, I mean, when you're creating content that people care about that's actually helpful to them, it's going to make you more motivated to do social media. Because I don't know about you guys, but like for me, if I'm just sitting around trying to like
do a selfie,
yeah, do a selfie or like make a cool like latte art, like you know whatever, it's like at the end of the day, like I don't really want to spend my time doing that. But if I'm doing something that I know inspires people or if people are going to find it interesting or helpful, then you know that makes me actually want to take the time to really invest in social media. So I think it's like a positive cycle. That helping people is good for them, and it also makes you a better, I don't know, social media person.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, when it's inspiring. Like,
but I think it's weird because I do think people want to, when it comes to, when I did the selfie thing,
yeah,
I do think people like to see who is behind the thing. Because it's weird, because when I'm looking at someone's feed, I just don't picture them taking a picture of themselves. It's just like I'm, like, I don't know. It's like looking at their. I know it's coming from them. Yeah. So I don't know.
Helpful and personal.
I like to see people and what they're doing and all that. Yeah.
Combining the two.
Yeah.
like a little behind the scenes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Authenticity.
Guys, when's your next workshop? That's my question.
Oh, it's in May, and it's in Nashville. So all you East Coast people, you need to come to Nashville. It is going to be so much fun.
Yes, and we only have a couple of spots left. Like literally, there's only like 4 or 5 spots left. So anyway, we're looking to fill that up, and it'd be fun to have you.
Yeah, it's such a blast.
Okay, awesome. This is, well, I was going to say who it's from, but you know what? I'm going to butcher people's names. So,
Maui Nguyen.
I think that goes to that person.
Oh, I think
sorry.
No. This is our first time on Google Hangouts, guys. We'll do that next week.
How do you prepare your clients so that they are prepared for the quick workshop, such as questionnaires? Do they get worksheets, etc.?
Yeah, we have a whole process that we've perfected over many moons to get that process down and like efficient. So our creative manager Ash, if you do sign up for the workshop, Ash will become like your best friend.
Or you should make her your best friend.
Yeah. Really. She's pretty much our guru of organization and creativity. So she kind of leads people through our homework process. So it's a bunch of different stuff, but it's everything from like Pinterest board inspiration to like, you know, basic business info and kind of writing the content for your site. There's lots of
and like what are your strengths as a business? I mean, because ultimately, like, we want to help you stand out from the crowd, and so we need to know some information from you in order to help you stand out from the crowd and help that come to life, because ultimately we want to make unique businesses and we want to make unique websites, and so we want to help you do that. So we ask all kinds of questions that really draw that out of you. So not only does it help you as an attendee that comes to our workshop know your business better, but it also helps us get to know you better so we know how to bring out the best in you.
Yeah, and we really believe in building a website around content, like, because it's not about us. It shouldn't be about the designer's like particular design aesthetic. It should be about you and what your passions are, what your business is about, and we can only know that based on your content, you know. So I think that's good advice in general for like if you're even trying to build a website on your own. Don't start with like making the website. You got to take yourself through some kind of like process ahead of time, whatever that is, you know, to kind of get to the point where you know what content, you know, your website needs, you know what your goals are for the website, and then build a website to support those goals.
That brings up a good point, and I'll just piggyback off of that, because I do think a lot of people try, you know, they find a website template or something, and they create the information based on the template that's there, where that's actually the opposite of what you should do. You should write your content first, and then try to design the website based around your content. And no matter if you're starting with a template or not, you can do that both ways. But you need to write the content first and then figure out how it works into the template, rather than just creating your content for the template. So that's what helps us too at the workshop, just knowing the content and being able to help that come to life.
Yep, for sure.
Design only takes you so far.
Yeah.
The most beautiful website and not good content.
Yeah. Because content is not secondary. Content is like
Content is king.
yeah, content is king, and then we'll make it look good. We'll make your content look dang good, but we need the content, okay?
All right, moving to the next one from Rachel. She says, hello, I'm a graphic designer in Austin, Texas. One of my favorite things about Go Live HQ is your incredible team and community. Any suggestions on building up a community of creatives?
Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. Do you think she means team of
I mean, how did you guys even find each other, and like, how do you?
Yeah,
I think that's a great question. I think well, do you want to answer?
I do. I'll answer that.
All right.
You know what? It was really interesting because before the team came officially together, I was like, well, let's see, how do I say this? I was like kind of frustrated, like, why aren't there people, like, where do I find these people? And like, I was just like praying one night, and I was like, God, like, I just want a team, and I don't know where to find them. And I really feel like he told me, like, just open your eyes because they're there, but you're not seeing them. And so I was like, okay. So I just like opened my eyes, and like the team was really there. It's people you know. It's people that come to mind like when you think of a certain role. It wasn't just like all the people on our team I've known for a really long time, and they've just come together. It's not like I put out this application. I mean, at some point, maybe our team will get at that point, but one thing that's really, really important to me is that our team has synergy together, and we all really like each other because we love getting on Skype meetings. Like, literally, like, we try to keep them short, but our Skype meetings go for like 3 hours. And we're like talking and like coming up with a bunch of ideas, and like we have a lot of fun together. And I think it's because we have a really strong synergy. So I'm really particular about the people that actually create the team. And so, you know, I think building relationships over time is really helpful.
Yes.
And also, like, if you're thinking about bringing someone on, give them a project to try with, and then slowly bring them on. Don't just say, we're hiring somebody, you're hired. Like, try them over time and then have them ease onto the team. I think that's the best, like, that's my best advice, I guess, is get to know them and have them become your friends in order to.
And I think that's the best way to build community in general. Like, I think when Promise first started asking me to do some work for her, it wasn't so much like a formal, like, you're hired, like she was talking about. It was almost more just like working with your community. You know, like, I was around and I wanted to help out, and she needed some help with some stuff. And it just kind of like built over time. I think building a team and building a community of designers, and I mean, for this particular question asker as a designer, but whatever you do, I think building community, that's what that looks like. It's just collaborating with different people. Like Joanna and I, a couple times, like, we'll have work dates at a local coffee shop. Like, I think stuff like that, like, that's how you build a solid community of people around you, is just by like saying yes to like working with people and having like partnerships and collaborations. Organically, yeah, for sure. Like, just hang out with the people you like, people you meet. Go out to like events. And go to, honestly, like, those yellow gatherings, those are like the best way to meet people. I've met so many cool chicks in Los Angeles going to some of the Bloom events.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but it really is true. I feel like you really have to make that effort to just go outside of your computer screen. And like you said, Promise, people are there. People are right next door to you that you might not even know. So, yeah, I think sometimes, especially if you're working in this freelance designer world, it's so easy to get into this singular mindset where you just talk to people through emails and through social media, and it can give you a little bit, I don't know if you guys have dealt with this, but like a little bit of an anxiety of like getting out and being around crowds of people, and like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so awkward. I haven't had real human interaction in like 4 days.
This is the first time I've gone out without yoga pants on.
I haven't put makeup on in like a week. But I think, yeah, just taking that step and just saying like, okay, I'm going to go out and see what's out there, and people are there just waiting. You know, everybody's craving good, healthy relationships. So
that is one of the positive things about social media is I didn't even find yellow until I saw someone on Instagram about it. So that's a cool way that I like follow. You know, you follow through, and then you hang out with these people in person, and that's a cool way of finding community too. Instead of just staring at the screens, you safely go meet up with some of them.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what? I think it's so funny because for a long time, and I still think this, and I try not to, but I automatically think people aren't interested. Like, oh, people aren't interested in being on my team. People aren't interested in working with me. People aren't interested. They want to do their own thing. They want to own their own business. They want to do, you know, this thing on their own. But, like, I kind of tried to change my mindset and think, no, like, I think if I were to do it over again, like, I'd want to be on a team. I'd want to be part of something. And so just shifting that mindset and thinking, like, giving people the benefit of the doubt that, like, maybe they want to work with you.
Yeah.
You know, and they probably do. So, just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, for sure.
So true.
So true. Like, they already have enough, you know, friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Be friends. Be my friends.
Everybody thinks that about themselves.
Yeah. I'm like, they're probably, okay. So, do we have time for more?
Let's do one more.
Oh gosh, pressure's on.
One more question. Thanks, you guys, for your awesome questions that you're bringing in. There's so many good ones.
They're so good, and I'll still pass them on. Okay. I'm into this one.
All right, let's do that.
Here we go. Hi, Christina from Nashville. Okay, just love your biz concept and designs. Are there any mobile or web design trends that are really inspiring or exciting you this year? Like new social media, tech translating into live experiences, new websites that are inspiring you?
So essentially, what's inspiring you in the mobile
Yeah.
web design trend world? What do you guys
Well,
look at?
what I do think is really interesting right now is a couple of years ago, people really wanted websites that were like really like flashy and crazy and blah, like they just wanted it to be like really unique. And I feel like more than now than ever, people are wanting their website, like they're wanting function over wow. And a couple of years ago, they wanted wow over function.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really interesting transition that we're having to get used to too. Like, oh, like we have these, you know, we'll have these clients over and do a TKO with us, and like we're working with them, and they're like, and we're kind of looking at the end result, and we're like, that's what they wanted. But like, yes, that's what they wanted. They just, I mean, I think sometimes us as designers, like we think they want something a lot crazier
With a lot of
than
bells
they
and
do.
whistles or something.
Yeah, but it's like they want it to work.
Yeah.
They want it to be, you know, show up on the mobile and like be functional. And so I think that's an interesting transition that we're getting used to, and that we're also finding value in is people just want their information to be accessible.
And I think in the past, people cared a lot about. They wanted the mobile experience. Like they cared less about the mobile experience being good as long as the like desktop experience was like insane, blow your mind, unique. Which is totally switched. Like Promise was saying, I think like people really. Obviously, like people need the mobile sites to work. You know, a lot of people are going for mobile now, and it definitely depends on your business type too. Like for some people, mobile is like totally vital. I mean, it's important for everybody, but like it definitely varies depending on what business you're in. But I think in general, that's become a lot more important. And luckily, there's a lot of really good solutions out there. I mean, and I think that's something people don't realize too. Like people will talk about, oh, I want a responsive design, and they don't. Yeah, they don't realize that like a lot of people don't even know what responsive means in relation to like mobile. I mean, responsive really just means that a website that's on desktop can like reformat itself to look a different way, more optimized for mobile for smaller screens. So it just changes the way it's laid out depending on your screen size. So that's one way of doing websites to make it mobile friendly, but that's not the only way. Like there's also apps out there. For instance, if you have a WordPress site that you can just get a plugin that will make like a really cool mobile site for you. A lot of those are free. So I think there's a lot more options out there than people realize to get a mobile friendly site without even like trying very hard. And then there's stuff like Squarespace that you know, a lot of their templates come ready for mobile right off the bat. So yeah, but Squarespace has been a really cool thing that's emerged in the last couple of years. We're using that now in our services. So yeah.
And I think too, like honestly, the whole responsive thing, like being responsive doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't really matter if you have a responsive site as long as you have a mobile site.
Yeah.
So if you have a mobile site and a desktop site, that's all you need. Like the word responsive is just that it adjusts to the different screens, but it really doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah. It's almost like a nerdy internal word. Like there's like nerdy tech guys that will debate online whether it's better to be responsive or whether it's better to have like an alternate mobile site, blah, 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 blah. But it's like at the end of the day, you just want your site to be like on mobile. That's all you need to worry about.
Yeah.
You want someone to be able to click on your Instagram profile when they're on their phone and then be able to go to your website. website and understand
Exactly.
content, right? Because it's content. Content is paying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I see so many people redoing their website so that it's just cleaner and more simple and easy to read. And so, yeah, that's more, instead of like all of these things flashing, it's like, let's make people feel calm when they come here. And like,
yeah,
exactly. It's great.
Cool. Yeah, I think all of this, it's kind of just brings me back to this thought that just like, think about what you're doing and what's the best way to communicate that to your audience.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have the new way to do this or the best SEO in the world. It's just like, who's our audience? What's the best way that we can get this to them that they will understand and it will be of value to them? And just things like that and make your decisions in that way. And I think
at the end of the day, it's really simple.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be really complicated. We're all about web design and like, building your online presence doesn't have to be complicated and frustrating. Like, it can be simple. At the end of the day, it just goes back to what your goals are, what your dreams are, what your passions are.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Which brings us to a question. Talking about what your dreams are, what your visions are, and everything, right? Like, I mean, one of the reasons we're having this whole Google Hangout, right, is because you guys have something fun going on.
Yes, we do.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so
everyone just signed on to the yellow room.
Yes, the Yellow Co. Cheers.
Their drinks are almost yellow.
Yeah, but just last Thursday we launched our Kickstarter campaign, which was super exciting and really scary at the same time. We worked really hard and are still working really hard to get the word out about our Kickstarter. But essentially what Yellow is a community of creative women who want to use what they have for good, want to use what they have for something bigger than themselves, like what you guys are doing. You're using your design skills to help other women follow their passions and fulfill their dreams. So yeah, we just launched this Kickstarter campaign, which will essentially be to fund a new website, which we're calling the Yellow Room. So if you guys see that around, that's what that is. It's the title for it. And this new website will pretty much be a digital hub for our community. So it'll have quarterly online classes for you guys.
There's various personas that you can read about.
We'll have these classes geared towards, 4 different personas of women. We find that our mission brings in a lot of different women from different walks of life, so we want to cater to those.
You can watch all of them, because I connect with like 3 of them,
Yeah, it's like I relate to all 4 of the personas, where someone might be like, I am this person. But you guys can read more about those on our website, theyellowroom.co. And yeah, essentially, so this website will have online courses. It'll have a community forum for us all to connect online and talk and receive mentorship.
Job postings.
Yeah, curated job postings for companies that we believe in and who are looking for work. It'll have various downloadable resources, access to the live streaming of our conference in August. Yes.
If you guys haven't been to the Yellow Conference, you need to book your tickets and go if it's not already sold out. It's amazing.
We were there last year.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yes. Yeah, and a ton of other stuff. So essentially, this is a really big website, and it's going to take a lot of moolah for us to make it. So yeah, that's why we're creating a Kickstarter campaign, and we hope
check out our video on Kickstarter.
So if you go to kickstarter.theyellowroom.co, that's where our Kickstarter is at. But you guys are partnering with us tonight to...
Time for your little treat. If you stayed all the way through, you rock. The treat for you.
So yeah, you guys, the girls from Go Live HQ are giving all of the people who back our Kickstarter within 24 hours. So this will end at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, April 7th. So if you guys back our Kickstarter within 24 hours, forward your backer email to
hello
Hello at Go Live.
Cute.
Here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to post this information. If you X out of the Q&A section and you're on the main page again, it'll still be up there after you watch the video. I'm going to post this email address so you guys all have it for your 20% off code.
So yeah, they are giving all backers within 24 hours 20% off of all items in your design shop, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have blog designs, website designs, and
Some other little
photo
assorted.
mock-ups, launch kits, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they have some awesome things. So if you guys are looking to build a website or need tools for your digital space, definitely check them out. And back our Kickstarter, we have some cool perks for you guys too. We have, I'm wearing my Together shirt, which is, we have a Giving Key. We've done a collaboration with the Giving Key. So there's lots of stuff. Yay!
A lock of my hair. I don't have anything right now. But you know.
Yeah, so there's lots of cool things on there. So it's like a win-win for you guys. You get to back our Kickstarter, get a perk, and then get 20% off the Go Live design shop. So we're posting all those links in there right now, and we would love it. We would love your guys' support, even if it's just $1. Honestly, we would love for you to back it because you know, we need all the help that we can get. So we really appreciate anything. And
those links are up on the front. Also, all of Go Live HQs, their Instagram, their Twitter, their website. So you can just click on those right from there.
And we have actually a special treat for you guys. If you sign up, if you go to our website that she posted, at the very bottom there's a way to sign up for our email list. And if you guys go sign up for that, we'll send you a little special something via email.
Ooh.
yeah.
A little special something.
Can I get a cheers?
Oh, yeah.
You can get a cheers.
Thank you. We're going to post our Kickstarter link too.
Yeah.
And our Twitter and Instagram because it's all about that inspiring content.
Yeah, so
you guys who didn't get your questions answered, I'm doing a whole text series of like basically answering questions that we get a lot. So I'm totally saving all those questions. So watch our blog to see because I will totally answer those questions at some point.
yeah, and I was thinking even for us as we're developing content for this new site, looking at these questions is really helpful to see what you guys are struggling with and what you want to know. So yeah, even if we didn't get to your questions,
They will not be ignored.
They will not.
No.
So thanks, you guys. Thanks, Promise.
Thank you so much.
Coming to our first evenings with
Yellow. I just think it's more fun.
Next week we will be here, same time, same place, and we will have Megan Gilger from the Fresh Exchange and Wild Measure here with us. So if you guys liked this, tune in next week to see our interview with her.
Cocktail.
And yeah, cocktails optional, but definitely recommended.
Bring your cats, bring your dogs.
Cats,
we
dogs,
do.
all of the above. Is Parker there? Is your puppy there?
Not right now.
Parker.
Where are you, buddy? He's totally conked out somewhere.
Pickles has been sitting here the whole time. I don't know if you can see her.
Oh.
She's been sitting the whole time. She loves design and entrepreneurial women.
There he is.
Oh my gosh. Now that's the movie we really meant.
Buddy boy. Oh.
Fluffernutter. Oh no, I can't.
Here's Pickles. Here's Pickles. This is Pickles.
Everybody's still watching.
Pickles is not impressed.
So excited to be here, you guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Anything else, ladies?
I don't think so.
So this is a really
That was
fun.
so fun, you guys.
No, so fun.
Thank you.
I love talking with you guys. You guys are
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. Wait, can I just get a picture of this monkey?
Oh, you want a picture?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
selfie.
Turn that around. Yay.
Ready? Good to hear.
Yes.
Look at me.
Good boy. He's a boy, right? Good.
Yeah, he's a boy.
Oh my gosh, thank you. We got it.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks again, you guys, for coming. You guys can check out all the links on how to find Promise and Meg and Go Live. Will be on our main event page, as well as our Kickstarter campaign and this deal that we're doing. So head to our Kickstarter page, kickstarter.theyellowroom.co, back our project, and get 20% off your item at Go Live Design Shop. Or email. Anyways, it's all on the event page. So thank you so much for tuning in. We love you all. Cheers.